All right, everybody, bear with me a second as I set up my camera here, because the way that I got a new phone, so I've got the Pixel 7, and when you put it in the camera mount that I have, unfortunately, it goes and covers up the record button. So I'll have to refinagle that later. But anyway, what are we talking about today? Well, as I got the new Pixel phone, I just wanted to go with the true Pixel experience with the full Google Magic Erase, some of the faster updates. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4, very cool phone. Had a better screen than the Pixel, but the Pixel's got just among the best photography. I mean, it goes back and forth between the Pixels and the Pro Series iPhones. The Pixels seem to get a little bit better on the picture, and the iPhone gets a little bit better on the video, but both of them are the top of the crop. Cream of the crop, top of the heap, whatever. So when I got rid of that phone, I also got rid of the watch, because the Samsung Watch does work with regular Android. It actually works with iOS, but it doesn't get all the full functionality if you don't have a Samsung phone. So I was like, do I want to spend money on a Pixel phone? And what other phones are there out there? And I found this, and so I'm asking the question, can a $99 Android smartphone off of Amazon be any good? And there's this company called Kopset, Kopset. I'll put all the links in the description. So don't ask me for the links. Go to the descriptions. That's what the links will be. And I found one called the Tank M2, which claims military certification for drop tests and toughness. It's got an anodized aluminum frame and some polycarbonate. It's also got, my message is coming in from Cycle Gear. It's also got 5 atmosphere, so up to 50 meters of water resistance, as well as saltwater friendly. So there's nothing on it to corrode or anything like that. So it has the charging base on the prongs on the back, and it comes with a nice little cradle, and you just go clunk and drop it in. It's magnetic, so it automatically aligns it and cradles the whole phone and charges it up. The specs, you can go to the website, click on the link to go view the specs and things like that. But the battery life so far seems pretty decent. And here's why I got it. The Google Pixel Watch looks great, and it probably is the perfect companion to the Pixel 7 phone. The problem is it's $350. It's got a small display. It's their first crack at it. It's not quite ready for prime time, in my mind. The best wearables on the market are going to be your Apple Watches, and then right behind that, the new Samsung Galaxies. But was this good enough to tide me over until the fall when the Galaxy or the Pixel Watch 2 comes out? Well, this is what we've got. So it is designed in Washington. There's a company, it's an American design company that then sends it over to China to be manufactured. And you might go, oh, China. It's exactly what Apple does. They design things here. They go over to a company, they have manufacturing over there in China. And a lot of companies are doing that. So let's see what we've got. We've got 3 buttons. One is on the side for your sport modes. You get to change watch faces just by pushing down. I think it's push down and hold or something like that. Maybe it's under a screen. In any case, we'll go through the settings in just a minute. It does operate a little differently, so sometimes by habit I'm going and clicking on it like I would on a Galaxy Watch. But you got all your sports apps on the side. You got your back button here. And then this button here is to turn it on and off and things like that. It comes with a pretty good app. The app was very easy to set the phone up and set up my features. What I liked about it also is it's got a nice big screen, and I can change the brightness, and it's Bluetooth with your phone, so I can control my audio just like the Apple or the Galaxy Watch or the Pixel for that matter. So if I have my watch paired to the sound system outside by the pool, I can fast forward and pause and do all that shit from my phone. I can take and receive calls from my phone. It has a heart rate meter built in, and it seems pretty accurate. It also has a blood oxygen level, which so far has been pretty dang accurate. It also has a blood pressure monitor. Now, comparing this to the cuff one I got, I don't know what brand it is. It was like $70. I've got one of those cuff ones that you strap on and it pumps up and does all that stuff. This is within a couple points of that. I don't know how it does it through the sensor, but the readings I'm getting are pretty darn close to what I'm getting on the cuff style that I have that my doctor had recommended. So that's pretty cool. You get your weather, you get your music, contacts, phone dialing, and all that stuff. So it is a pretty cool phone watch so far for $100. Now the battery life is okay. You'll get through a couple days if you turn off the blood. Every 10 minutes doing your blood pressure and the O2 sensor and all that other stuff. That greatly increases the life of your battery. But if you want to go in, you can go into settings. It's not specifically Android. It doesn't feel like Android Wear, but it has all the basic functionality. And for 99 bucks to have something I can jump in the pool of the hot tub with, they say it's been tested down to like negative 40 degrees and up to 126 degrees. It has, they say mill standard drop test certification. I don't know if they're just making that up or not. I guess we'll find out about that. But you got your messages. There's Jonathan. Hey, boo, what you doing? Now, I will say that the font is a little small, and so it's not as aesthetically nice as the other phones. I keep saying phones, as the other watches. But honestly, it does all the things you want. You get text messaging and emails and things, and you could do quick replies if you want. It doesn't have the app support that your Android Wear and your Apple phone are going to have, but it's pretty dang good. It's got your voice assistant, so it has Alexa by default, but you can switch that to Android, to your Google Now, or whatever it is on Android. It comes with a screen protector, so that was the first thing you do is you install it out of the gate. You can choose your watch faces and things like that, so you can have one that just looks almost like iOS with your cluster of apps. I mean, it's got all the different watch faces and things, and you can download others. So, I mean, it's a pretty cool phone. God damn it, I keep saying fucking phone, and I don't know why. I can't get the words right. But it looks nice. It did come with this band. I thought it was a little floppy and clunky and to me it wasn't as sturdy as what I'm used to for that type. But it takes standard 22 mil watch straps. So I just bought a couple on Amazon. This is the first one to come. So this one's going to be just the soft silicone, more like you're used to with the Apple Watch, and it just pops on and off real easy that way. So I'm going to say, yeah, it's one of those things you'd go, oh well, it would be, maybe the text or getting Instagram or there's something, but you can turn on alerts for it. You just can't interact with it as much. So if I had an Instagram account, that stuff would come in. Same thing for Messenger, messages, incoming calls. I can take and make calls from here. I've actually done that when someone called me. I was in the shower, forgot, oh shit, my watch or my phone is on the other side of the room. So I just hit, answer, and I was able to take the call. But yeah, I mean, the screen is nice enough. You can turn the brightness up. You can add different colors and do things. It's not going to be as customizable as the other phones, but those other phones, if you find a cheap Apple Watch SE, maybe you can find one on sale I like the larger size, around 200-ish, but you can spend between $200 and $500 very easily on a smartwatch these days. And so for 99 bucks, it covers the bases, to have all the health and sport monitoring, to have your heart rate, to have your oxygen level, to have actually a blood pressure monitor and do, 80% of the things that an Apple Watch or a Galaxy Watch or a Pixel Watch can do. I think it's pretty damn cool. We'll do a follow-up 6 months from now and see, after beating on it, sweating on it, riding it, taking it in the hot tub, and all that kind of stuff, how does it hold up over time? But to be fair, it's a pretty cool watch. So I've seen a couple of them. There's another one called Amazfit. I've looked at the Tick watches. There's been a couple ones that I looked at that I thought actually ran Android Wear. The one I was looking at was the Fossil Series 6. The problem is it doesn't have the water resistance. You can get it splashed, but if I go diving into 8.5 feet of my pool in salt water, it's probably not going to hold up. It's good for getting rained on, splashed, things like that, but they're not rated for submersion, which is a shame because they're a couple $100. They're not really cheap. So for 99 bucks, I went with this one, and it's comfortable, and it does all the basic stuff you'd want. So the buttons are nice and tactile. They stick out there. There are some additional features here. So through the app, if I want to turn on my phone's camera and set my camera up somewhere, I can have it beam to my watch what the camera is seeing, and I can hit record or take pictures from the phone. So that's kind of cool. Other than that, is it worth 99 bucks? Yeah. If you want to take it to that next level and you really want the premium experience, if you got an iPhone, you're going to get an Apple Watch. There's no better watch than that, especially if you've got the iPhone. It's a perfect pairing. I think that for the Pixel Watch 2, if they come out with a larger version that fixes a couple of the bugs and the little things I wasn't crazy about, I wouldn't mind spending the money on it. But this will certainly tide me over for the summer and become just a beater watch that if I scratch it working on the bike or something, I'm not going to be all pissed like I would with a $350 Apple Watch or Pixel. So that's the quick review. This is the Tank M2. There's a Tank M1 Pro. There's a Tank M2, I think that's a round dial. So you got a couple different styles to choose from. I'll put a link to their website. But it's a neat, comfortable watch that, frankly, I had the Galaxy Watch 5, which is phenomenal. It was a great watch. But I didn't use it all that much because I was afraid of scratching the goddamn thing because it was $350 or $380. It's not a cheap watch. Here, watches get banged up a bit, especially if you're not just sitting in an office all day, if you're actually out riding motorcycles and reaching under things and wrenching on the car and doing stuff. I think for those kinds of people that just need a watch that does integrate with their smartphone and they could quickly take a call and control their music, yeah, I'd give it a big thumbs up. I think in that niche, if you set your expectations right, something like this is great. I'm enjoying it so far. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to y'all soon. Now I got to try to get the camera out of my cradle here and stop recording. Anyway, have a good day, folks.